Henry David Thoreau was born in Massachusetts on July 12, 1817. He is one of the most well-known transcendentalist writers during his time. Thoreau attended Harvard, where he studied many languages, but after obtaining his degree, his life was uncertain. He struggled to find his place in the world and eventually befriended the man who would introduce him to transcendentalism, Ralph Waldo Emerson. This school of thought gave Thoreau new insight on observing and questioning the world around him. Thoreau became more of a political activist and a devout abolitionist. He adopted moral reasoning and was sent to prison for not paying a dollar poll tax based on principle. His imprisonment prompted him to write Civil Disobedience, where he made his case for questioning the government's misdeeds and rebelling against them. Thoreau saw the government as an entity, often taken advantage of by corrupt officials. These officials failed to represent the people. This viewpoint led to a very hands-off approach by Thoreau in civil disobedience, with Thoreau saying at the very beginning that a government is best which governs least. Thoreau argues that the government is only beneficial to a nation when it is devoid of all involvement. Civil disobedience describes laws as mainly a corrupting force set forth by the government. Laws lead to conformity amongst a nation's people and the diminishing of one's conscience. Thoreau saw laws as lacking any moral reasoning and were only in place to subdue the people by implementing fears of repercussions that would follow the breaking of laws. Thoreau stressed in Civil Disobedience the right to rebel against unjust laws and avoid being an always obeying dog. Manifest destiny was very much a recurring theme in Civil Disobedience. Perhaps the underlying reason behind the Mexican-American War, and the reason Thoreau wrote Civil Disobedience in the first place. Thoreau was very much against the idea of manifest destiny because he believed the imperialistic nature of the concept that led to the oppression of many ethnic people. Manifest destiny recognized white Americans as a superior people, destined to expand their way of life. James K. Polk, the current president at the time, was seen as a warmonger by Thoreau. He led the Mexican-American War Initiative, and his administration set forth the same poll taxes that sent Thoreau to prison in the first place. Civil Disobedience describes the Mexican-American War as a means to spread slavery across the Southwest. As a person whose principles revolve around morality, Thoreau naturally opposed the idea of slavery. He saw slavery as an institution without any morality that dehumanized a group of people. He wanted slavery to be eliminated immediately. He was extremely outspoken about the issue in Civil Disobedience. The impact that Civil Disobedience left on today's society has laid the foundation for peaceful protest and has successfully stirred the pot, so to speak. This form of resistance against one's government has led to extensive reformation and laid the groundwork for many civil rights activists such as Martin Luther King Jr. and Gandhi. Thoreau has also taught the importance of nonconformity and how being a conscientious citizen is beneficial to society as a whole. Many of the same themes Thoreau wrote about in Civil Disobedience can be seen today, and it is increasingly important to realize disobeying the government in some form when it lacks moral reasoning is the only way to maintain a liberated status. Civil disobedience can be linked to what we have learned in English American literature this semester because it teaches values of American identity and self-reliance. Thank you.